Yo, what's going on, guys? Sam here. How's it hanging? We've heard pretty much every detail there is to hear about the iPhone. You might actually be wondering, what could we possibly have to learn still? Well, the official release dates have been leaked that are from a source that has been reputable in the past, so I want to share those with you. And it appears there's been a last-minute design change, or at least a design change that we haven't heard about, that looks a bit strange on the back of the phone. So I want to share that with you guys as well, plus a look at Apple's upcoming tracking accessory to sort of compete with Tile and other Bluetooth trackers, and that's looking pretty interesting too. So if you guys are excited for this video, you know the drill, drop a like down below, hit subscribe for more, and let's go ahead and get started. Actually, before jumping into anything else though, I want to debunk this iPhone 2019 rumor spec list that had apparently leaked. I was really excited and I started reading through it and I was like, wow, this sounds pretty realistic. And then I found out that this is just from a Twitter account called the Apple Hub, who does a really good job at reporting on rumors. And the account simply shared like their expectations for what Apple was going to announce. It got picked up by a site over east, I think in China, and then a site in the US, GSM Arena, sort of like reported on that as fact. And this is all speculation. This could be what the iPhones look like. We might get 128 gigabytes of base storage. There may be Apple Pencil support finally this year for both of the iPhone Pro models, because we know that Apple is going to go with a Pro naming scheme of some sort, but it's not confirmed. So don't get too excited because, well, this would all be cool stuff, but we don't know about any of this for certain. What we do know for certain is when the iPhones are going to be announced, and now, according to Mac rumors, when the iPhones are going to be released this year. Now, over the past couple of years, in 2017 and 2018, Apple's held a special September event between like the 9th and the 15th, and then released one phone right away and released a second new iPhone sometime in October or November of the same year. So there was a gap between launch. This year, it doesn't appear that Apple is going to be doing that. According to a reputable source who's provided accurate information to Mac rumors in the past, the iPhones this year are going to be available for pre-order on September 13th, which is a Friday, and then on sale, meaning you can walk into a store and buy them. This is when the phones will be shipping out to customers on Friday, September 20th. Now, this perfectly lines up with Apple's normal schedule because they hold an event on the day of pre-order week, and then pre-orders happen on that Friday, which is, the 10th is a Tuesday. That's when the event is happening. 13th for pre-orders. 7 days later, that's when the phones actually ship out, and that is going to be September 20th. So we finally have the coveted iPhone release date. Apparently, this information is from somebody who works with a carrier and has shared internal screenshots. So it seems to be pretty reputable. And also just like using your little noodle up there, it makes sense based on what Apple's done for like the past 3 trillion years. So I think September 20th is a very safe confirmed date for when you can actually go buy one of these phones. So obviously, if you're looking to buy a new iPhone, you know it's September. You shouldn't be doing that anyway until the new ones come out. Now, for the iPhone 11 design, we know by and large it's not going to be any different. The volume indicator on the Pro models might switch from like a toggle that goes left and right to something like on the iPad where it goes up and down. And, there might be a slight change to the camera, we've heard. There might be a small change there. All sarcasm aside, more recently, some case makers have shared some images. Apparently, they've gotten hold of an updated CAD or engineering model of this phone, and the Apple logo is in a bit of a different spot. So according to Ben Geskin, it could actually be here based on what he's been seeing from some case makers. So you might have to get used to the Apple logo on your iPhone being centered rather than placed in like the top third or top or upper half of the device. Now, we've also heard a rumor from a completely unconfirmed source that I didn't report on because I didn't really believe that the iPhone branding itself, I'm talking about this right here, the iPhone branding, that was going to be dropped, and also moving this Apple logo near the middle of the device. Well, apparently doing so could also indicate where to charge your AirPods, because one of the flagship features for these new phones is the ability to charge AirPods from the phone itself. So you won't have to use a wireless charging pad or a lightning cable. If you run to the gym, your AirPods run out of battery, you'll be able to slap them right on your iPhone, and the centered Apple logo could show you that that's where the wireless charging pad is. So it can almost serve a dual purpose, and that would be clever. So now I want to hear your thoughts about this down below. I'm going to be honest, I'm still taking a little bit to get used to this one here. I mean, we've already been butchered and beaten to death with the square camera logo that there's been such a controversial response from. The fact that the overall design isn't changing is kind of a bummer. And now on top of this, they're telling us that the Apple logo is going to get in kind of a funky position. When Apple announces the new iPhones, we know that they're also going to be announcing some new version of an Apple Watch and likely a brand new redesigned 16-inch edge-to-edge beautiful MacBook Pro as well. Something a bit more low-key though that was actually leaked all the way back in April that I've never really talked about is another product, more of a minor accessory that the engineering teams at Apple have been putting the best and brightest minds on. That is a little Bluetooth tracker for items. Now, there's evidence inside of iOS 13, according to Mac Rumors, as well as 9to5Mac, that inside of the new Find My app, that's where these accessories are going to live. There's going to be a new tab called Items. Just like you can find your friends or find your Apple products in here, you can also find items that you attach to this small, apparently circular, Apple-branded Bluetooth tag too. And you're going to be able to change the battery on this. It's going to have a replaceable battery. You're going to be able to see where your items are and actually use augmented reality to somehow find them. Now, how this works is a bit murky, but Mac Rumors shows some images of balloons that where if you take your phone with AR and like point it around a room, it's somehow going to suggest where your items are based on what the augmented reality functions in the camera is perceiving. It's kind of a far out concept, and there's not a ton of description just because this is all hidden in an internal build of iOS 13. And to convince us even further that this is actually for non-Apple items, you're gonna see this image when opening up the Find My app with this feature set built in. It shows like a bike and a suitcase. So Apple wants you to put these tags on different products. And then through Bluetooth and probably the entire Apple device network, they're going to use all your other products and everybody else's products similar to the Tile network to locate a lost item. And this could be really handy. Although I find it a bit weird that Apple's going to get into this industry just as Tile's been out for a while. Like, why now, Apple? Why do you want to jump into the accessory tracking industry now? And I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I don't really see the incentive for them. That's all I wanted to show you guys in today's video. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something new, drop a like down below. It does seriously help me out. And hit subscribe, of course, so you stay up to date on all the latest Apple news. You guys rock. I'm so excited to take a look at the 2019 iPhones. I'm hoping there's some more surprises. I'm hoping that, well, I've said we know almost everything about the 2019 iPhones. I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that, we have a bit more to learn. Anyway, guys, hope you're doing great. I'm Sam, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.